I'm sorry.
Okay.
He did.
Okay.
Seems pretty open and shut to me. I mean, really. Your wife done said it. What you want from me? Hi, welcome to Races of the Week. I'm Reese Waters. This is where we expose the stupidity and hypocrisy of discrimination in hopes we can build a more perfect union. And also laugh. As usual, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Racism. And of course, if you have any nominees, you can drop them in the comments. You can email me at admin@ReeseWaters.com. Today, we're going back to Ohio. Now, let me holler at you. Let me holler at you, Ohio, because we've been here several times before. We had the march through Columbus.
Hatred on display just hours ago in Columbus. A group of toting masked men marching through the short north, yelling racial slurs with a megaphone. The incident all caught on camera by our 10 TV viewers.
We had the march in Lincoln Heights.
Waving swastika flags, some armed with rifles. Eric Ruffin took this video of a group of apparent Nazis in Lincoln Heights where he says they called him the N-word.
Officially letting you know there is racism in America. This is absolutely ridiculous that I got to deal with this.
Which they pushed back quite a bit. They ran them up out of there, actually. Kind of remind me of Tennessee. You had that Tennessee go hard in you. I respect it.
What is it you would like for these people coming in from out of state to know? What message would you have for these people?
This town is not for them.
Bigotry is not one.
No, it's not for them.
We are not that community, and we don't want to be a part of a racial hate community.
There was, when the body cam footage was released of police aiding the Yahtzees in Lincoln Heights, and I still can't get over the service dog. I really can't. There really should be regulations against that.
New video just released by Evendale Police shows the moments an officer interacted with a neo-Nazi group after that demonstration over 75 near Lincoln Heights.
There's been a lot of discussion, obviously, about this incident since it happened 11 days ago on February 7th. So you're about to see the officer on the overpass first ordering the white supremacist group to get into the U-Haul and leave the bridge when counter-protesters then arrive. So about 5 minutes later, you could see the same officer walk up to the U-Haul outside of a Lockland local schools building shortly before kids were about to be released from class that day. Here's the exchange now between the Evendale officer and the neo-Nazi group in the U-Haul, and the one man not wearing a mask you're about to see asking if he can go back and pick up his service dog where the protest happened on the overpass on 75.
We're trying to figure out a plan to get that.
Yeah, I don't know if we've got to get him an Uber or something. That's probably the best bet, I'm guessing. I don't think anybody knows about
There's a dog. If the dog in there is cool with, if the dog is in there is cool with me driving it to you guys, I can go and get it. But there's a dog in there. I don't know.
Yeah, we need to get him. He's my service animal. That's why I really need to get him. But
Get you an Uber. We'll go. Here.
Get your mask on. Let's go. I don't give a my face right now.
Just take take that black that shirt off, and you can get my car.
Cool, thank you, brother.
And then,
I mean, clearly you have time and energy that should be utilized in other aspects of your life. I can't. You want us to help you with your hate. That is primarily what they have said to us. Now, also, there is the Stephanie Lovins situation. That was the woman who threw down on the receipt, "I hope Trump deports you," and then promptly opened a GoFundMe. Yeah, she went and did that. Now, Ohio, let me say this. I want better for you. I want better for you. We didn't grow up together, but I'm married into the Ohio family. So we gonna have to find a way to get along. You know what I mean? We got to figure it out. And I want to say, sometimes people make mistakes. I get it. Sometimes people make mistakes, like when I purchased that jersey. You know, I purchased that jersey and I didn't know what kind of salutes they were given. You know what I mean? After the sacks. I didn't know that when I purchased the jersey. But sometimes those mistakes can be useful. They can come back around and you can find a way to use them for your betterment. Because now I have the perfect jersey for content such as this. So Ohio, now what you got going on? Councilman, now wait a minute. I'm gonna stop us right here. Who named this video? Who named this video? Because this is from an actual news organization. This is, what were the other choices for the name of this video? Councilman opens up boxing gym outside Buffalo Wild Wings. Local man plays pity pat with councilman's face. Councilman secures sponsorship with mattress company. If that's how we starting, I can't imagine where this is gonna go.
We have new information tonight about how a Mentor councilman ended up bleeding on the ground after a fight outside of Buffalo Wild Wings last September.
Was it over the sauces? Was it over the sauce? Because sometimes I've seen things get testy inside B-dubs when they don't want, you know what I mean? They don't want to give you, you know, when they sell you on that hot sauce and they don't want to give none of that ranch. You know what I mean? I've seen that.
For months, News 5 asked for a detailed police narrative about the day Councilman Scott Marn was beat up. Today, News 5's Clay Lepard got those answers from police documents and Marn himself.
Ohio. Is this normal for your news anchors to say beat up? Like, it's sad. It's sad. I'm sorry. Maybe I don't watch enough news. When did news anchors start saying beat up? There might be a future for us, Ohio. I'm gonna be honest. There might beat up.
Newly released detailed police paperwork paints a picture of what happened outside this Mentor Buffalo Wild Wings on September 7th. Witnesses detail how the N-word was thrown around repeatedly after Mentor Councilman Scott Marn and his wife Wendy got into a fight with then 26-year-old Tony Q. Jackson Davis over how fast Jackson Davis may have been driving in the parking lot.
What was the origin of the ends? Because that's gonna go a long way. That's gonna go a long way. Let's get that clear.
We were walking from the car and he came flying through the parking lot.
Does she sound like a credible witness? Honestly, does she sound like a credible witness? I don't think she could be trusted to tell you what she's wearing in that moment. And certainly not what she ate or drank.
The police report details how Wendy Marn told police that Councilman Marn called Davis the N-word.
It's like I'm sorry. Okay. He did. Okay.
Seems pretty open and shut to me. I mean, really. Your wife done said it. What you want from me? Yeah, and it wasn't even about wings. If it was wings, then, you know, maybe I can understand. I'm just playing. I wouldn't.
That word can be heard on police body camera video from a woman after first responders arrived.
Ma'am, was that you? Was that you, ma'am? Because if it was your husband who got the beats, it's really not a whole lot of motivation that anybody else would have to go with F and N's. I'm gonna kill you. I'm just saying. And then you're openly admitting that he said it. So it, you know what I mean? It kind of sounds like you planting the ends on him. That's, you know what I mean? If I was him, that would be my defense. Those ends were planted, your officer. Yeah, I took a mid-evening nap in the middle of the parking lot, and next thing I know, it's ends on me. But I do remember that my wife had some ends on her before I went to sleep.
Body camera video also shows how Councilman Marn ended up on the ground after being hit.
You know what you did. You're racist.
Shortly thereafter, Jackson Davis can be heard confessing to throwing a punch.
He spit in my face. Of course he gonna be unconscious.
Woo! Ooh, okay. All right. So it's a whole lot to unpack here. We also, in addition to the ends, we have spitting in another man's face, which might as well be ends. Like all of the droplets are also in. They will be received as such. Just so you know, because I know it's a whole lot of content out there, a whole lot of Karen content out there with people spitting. Just so you know, that's going to be received as ends. And vice versa. You throw ends, I'm going to receive as you spit in my face. They kind of interchangeable. You know what I mean? They're kind of interchangeable for the kind of reaction that unlocks within me. Now, as far as the brother is concerned, man, how many first 48 you gotta watch before you know? Why you think you gonna settle the case in the parking lot? Why? Come on, man. Chill. How could you say something like that? It's like you don't even care about me. They don't care about you. Republicans would rather tear down the White House and build a ballroom celebrating Trump than anything positive to help your day-to-day life. And you know that dancing gonna be trash. Did you know that recently our government killed a bill that would have required data brokers to get your consent before selling your information? That's right. Trump gets his name on the White House ballroom, and your name, identity, and private information is out there being compiled and sold to the highest bidder. Now, legally, data brokers do have to remove your private information if you tell them, but of course they make it as hard as possible because they want you to feel hopeless and stuck. And this is where today's sponsor, Aura, comes in. Aura does the hard work for you, constantly scanning the dark web and submitting opt-outs on your behalf. Give Aura a few weeks and you'll stop seeing your information on these sketchy sites when you search yourself. But Aura makes it so much easier because they don't just opt you out of data brokers. Their app includes other features like dark web monitoring, fraud alerts, a VPN, and more. It's truly a great deal if you want to be more private and protected online. You can go to my link, aura.com/ReeseWaters. Again, that's aura.com/ReeseWaters to try 14 days for free, which is enough time for Aura to start scrubbing your personal information off these broker sites automatically. Oh, you calling back. So you did care. Hello? Oh, it was a butt dial.
It's just a horrible situation. I wish it all could have been avoided.
Regretting what happened, but denying ever saying the N-word. Did you say the N-word that night?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so what we have here is the brother who supplied the blanket and pillow right there in the parking lot. The brother who gave you a binky and an alarm clock. Make sure you didn't miss your meeting in the morning. He said that you drop ends. Your wife said that you drop ends. She also dropped ends. And when asked, did you drop ends? You give me the longest pregnant pause.
Did you say the N-word that night?
No, I didn't.
I like it. You had. Here you go. Did I? I mean, cause I knew I had dropped some before I went down there. But I think I was all out. I think I was all out by the time all that happens. I didn't have any ends on me, sir. No, I was all out.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. You want to call me an end? You want to call me an end? You're calling us ends and everything else. I said, listen, I'm not calling you in, but you're acting like one.
He bad as the brother in the parking lot. You just gave it to me. You just gave it to me. Now here you go. So if your objection is I didn't call him an end, they were saying end, but I said I didn't call you an end. But if you're acting like one, then I'll call you an end. Now, why would he have accused you of calling him that had you not called him that already? Like, even your story doesn't make any sense. Like, I have never addressed anybody off rip as, you want to call me an end? You actually have. Two times I've done that, but it's not regular.
I go, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to fall into one of these racist black on white, white on black crimes.
He doesn't want to fall into any of these racist white on black or black on white crimes. While you've been credibly accused of dropping ends and your wife admitted that you did, and she can be heard saying it too, you don't want to fall into any of these white on black and black on white crimes. You know, you would actually be well served in the administration. You know what I mean? That's the kind of logic. That's the kind of logic that the only racism is anti-white racism. You should apply for a job in administration. Like, I think this is going to go well for you professionally.
Last month, News 5 reported on an unrelated lawsuit filed against Marn and other council members over allegations of retaliation and sexual harassment.
I'm going to tell you the truth about Scott Marn.
Marn's wife responded after the lawsuit in a city council meeting.
The false accusations, lies about my husband, and
your 4
me,
minutes is up.
harassment to us.
Time's up.
Excuse me. You talked way over, my friend.
Time's up.
And you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Remember, the pendulum swings both ways.
Ooh, there's a whole lot to unpack there. Let's first say that apparently I was mistaken when I thought that somebody should have been brought up on charges of over-serving of her in the parking lot. She sounds like that regular. So I fall back. I fall back. I apologize. So let's keep in mind, this is a gentleman who is already fighting allegations in cases of a very serious nature. So we're kind of getting a picture of the kind of character that Councilman Scott Marn is, and congratulations, Mentor Ohio, for elevating him to that position. But she would have us believe, in her full-throated defense of her husband, that he is not the kind of man who would do such a thing as is being alleged when it comes to the harassment. But she admitted to the ends, though. Yeah, she admitted to the ends, though. So I'm sorry, Scott. That, you know what I mean? That don't look good. You know what I mean? That don't look good. Because you can't even just come out and say that she can't be trusted and she's a liar. Because now you blow up this defense. That was, that's ugly. Yeah, that's ugly. That's as ugly as being a resident of Mentor, Ohio, and seeing Scott Marn as one of my representatives. It's that ugly. That's as ugly as that municipal building right there. Come on, Ohio, do better.
News 5 reached out to Mentor City about this incident outside Buffalo Wild Wing. A spokesperson previously told us because Councilman Marn was not acting in any official capacity at the time, the matter will be concluded through the judicial process.
It's just an unfortunate incident, and I just wish it would never happen. That's all I could say. It's bad, especially bad for my family and friends, and the people of Mentor.
It's bad for your family, your friends, and the people of Mentor. Yes, I would say yes. That is true. Those aren't the first people that I would mention if you wanted to proclaim that this is not who you are. Like if you want to take steps away from the ends, maybe my family and friends wouldn't be the first people that you mentioned. And since it was, in fact, the only people, along with the people of Mentor, I am left with no other conclusion than that is exactly who you are. And while we're speaking of people of Mentor, I'm just curious. Let me go to Mentor, Ohio. Mentor, Ohio is 5 largest ethnic groups. We got 88.8% white. They doing numbers up there. 2+ non-Hispanic, 3.27, Asian, 3.08, Black or African American, 1.75. Wow, those are prep school numbers. Just walking around Mentor, Ohio. So maybe you were just shocked to see black people. You were like, what is this? Did I go to a Cavs game? Like, what's going on here? Is that, that would be a better defense than what you just said.
Last month, Tony Jackson Davis was sentenced to 4 to 6 years in prison after pleading guilty to assault. He remains locked up in the Lake County Jail.
Well, that was fast, wasn't it? That was fast. That was fast. He's already in jail after being locked up. Now, let me ask you this. If he had been spat on, y'all don't have no mutual combat? So you could just spit on people and they can't, you know what I mean? They can't set up a daybed in the middle of the parking lot. You know what I mean? I don't understand. For me, that should be mutual combat. That should be mutual combat. You spit on, is that not assault? You spit on somebody, they should be able to go in their trunk, get an air mattress and blow it up and night. You know what I mean? That's how that should go.
Councilman under fire for allegedly using a racial slur. He's also being sued for sexual harassment by another city employee. Caitlin McCarthy was at the heated city council meeting tonight, where many demanded he step down.
I see you, Pink. Okay. He was like, oh, we doing a Mentor story tonight? We doing a Mentor? Oh, I'm gonna kill him. Now I'm gonna kill him. Now this my submission video right here. They ain't playing with me. Like, get my Easter pink. Yeah, get my Easter pink.
Mentor City Councilman Scott Marn says he is not resigning and plans to run for re-election.
No truth, no justice, no peace. No truth, no justice, no peace.
Those can't be Mentor residents. Not with the numbers I gave. Oh, that's all of them. That's all of them right there. That must be. And how about this? My man is in jail already. My man is already in jail, okay, for bringing linens with him to the Buffalo Wild Wings. He already in jail. Now, not only is he's facing charges, but has not been prosecuted, won't resign, and running for re-election. America.
Chants fill the rotunda of Mentor City Hall.
Charlie!
Councilman Scott Marn is in the hot seat, facing mounting pressure to resign. He's accused of calling a black man a racial slur outside a restaurant back in September. This is the police body camera footage from that night. According to police, Marn's wife told officers Tony Jackson Davis was speeding through the parking lot and, quote, almost ran them over. Jackson Davis says during the altercation is when Marn called in the slur. The police report says Jackson Davis hit Marn to the ground, knocking him unconscious. Jackson Davis pleaded guilty to felonious assault and was sentenced to 4 to 6 years in prison. His mom, Arlene Davis, says she's frustrated. Marn says he won't step down.
Even though my son had actions, they had actions too, and everybody should get repercussions.
The council did a first reading of a resolution condemning Marn for gross misconduct and requesting he submit his resignation. 19 News reached out to Marn for a statement, but he declined. However, he did defend himself and his actions.
Done the best I possibly can for my constituents for 25 years.
And on that note, when he talks about he's doing the best he can for his constituents, I would like to point to that 88.8%. Yeah, he knows who his constituents are. He definitely knows that.
I will not be resigning because I didn't do anything wrong. It was the wrong place at the wrong time.
Now, he said he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, typically, wrong place at the wrong time, right, would imply that you are an innocent bystander, right? When somebody gets caught with a stray, we go with wrong place at the wrong time, not when you're in an actual confrontation with somebody, unless what you mean by wrong place at the wrong time is that you didn't want to interface with brothers at all, and so you were in the wrong place at the wrong time because it was black people there. And then if it's black people there, then that's just what happens. You know what I mean? Is that what you're saying? That sounds like that's what you're saying. You know what I mean? I live my life trying to avoid any of those kinds of interactions. I try and avoid black people whenever possible. It was the wrong place at the wrong time. It was black people there. And, you know, that's how that goes, you know.
As for the council's next steps, those remain up in the air. Tonight, I spoke with the Lake County NAACP president on the phone. He confirms the councilman has agreed to take implicit bias training following these accusations.
Well, that is good that he is taking implicit bias training. I need some councilman candidate training and mentor. Who is running against this man? What does he have to do to become a liability for the people of Mentor? He done gave you the harassment lawsuit. Now we have admitted from his wife ends, okay? And according to the gentleman who brought the melatonin, the dude who's currently in jail, who brought the 5 milligram melatonin to the Buffalo Wild Wings, he spit as well. What would he have had to do to become sufficiently toxic to the people of Mentor, Ohio? I would love to know.
New at 5 calls for a Mentor councilman to resign over, quote, gross misconduct and a violation of his oath of office. Mentor City leaders will be considering a resolution Tuesday asking council member Scott Marn to resign. It follows a News 5 investigation last week, and Marn's conduct was questioned. Let's get straight to the newsroom. Our Clay Lepard is following this story for us tonight. Hi, Clay.
Damon, the councilman issuing an apology this afternoon after we reported on a fight he was involved in outside of Buffalo Wild Wings last fall. A 26-year-old black man was arrested for assaulting Marn, but we uncovered police records suggesting Marn may have used a racial slur. Councilman Marn issuing a statement this afternoon reading in part, "It is important to draw our better angels to avoid using any language, specific or inferred, that does not reflect the dignity God has bestowed on all of us as human beings. As I find it in my heart to forgive the violence done to me the night of September 7th, it is my hope there is forgiveness in the hearts of anyone I may have offended in the black community, for which I am sorry." Marn goes on to say he plans to attend implicit bias training.
So if I got this straight, I didn't do anything wrong. I won't resign. I apologize to anybody offended. I'm going to implicit bias training. Put me on that jury. Hey, Ohio, how long we gotta have a relationship before I can serve on the jury? Because I already did my duty in DC, so I'm good there. How long? Put me on the jury. Please put me on the jury. He gave you all of the information, and you gotta love that he used, he went to biblical reference. He went to God. Yeah, that was pretty ungodly, what I saw. And what I heard from your wife, that we cannot deny.
Wrong place at the wrong time. At least you finally heard the truth after 5 months. Look up the court dockets, look up all the information there, look up the actual truth. Now it's taken out of context by media, by people online, and complete garbage and rubbish. I will not be resigning because I didn't do anything wrong. It was the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh, now we have a longer statement. We took the ends out of context. You know what I mean? We must have taken the ends out of context. What is the proper context from ends from you, sir? I would love to know. And by the way, if I was the other gentleman, I would use that defense. I'd be like, hey, no, because I brought Tylenol PM. I brought Tylenol PM to the Buffalo Wild Wings, and he misunderstood. I just wanted to make sure that he was refreshed. I want to make sure that he got his proper rest for the next day. That's why I brought Tylenol PM. It was taken out of context, Your Honor.
The police report and body camera footage details how Wendy told police that Councilman Marn called Davis the N-word.
I'm sorry. Okay. He did.
A protest that Marn should step down, happening in Mentor City Hall's lobby with one message.
No justice, no peace.
Showing up alongside Marn on Monday is his wife, and in the audience, awaiting a decision on Marn's counselship, Davis's mom and girlfriend.
I want to see that man step down. I want him gone. I want him to feel how my son feels.
We just want them to face the same.
After several speak out against Marn,
Grab him by his collar.
he decided not to resign.
I will not be resigning.
The resolution will go through another 2 readings per City Council president.
Meanwhile, the Lake County NAACP is offering Marn an implicit bias training, which he's agreed to.
Now, I applaud that negative 3% black population in the jurisdiction for showing up and letting your voices be heard, as well as all the allies who you heard right there. Ohio, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all got to get this nomination. Mentor Ohio, congratulations, and Scott Marn, as well as your wife. Your wife can join you. You could be a joint Race of the Week nomination. Congratulations, you are Race of the Week. Mentor Ohio, you can get one as well. Now, it wasn't all bad news when it comes to the criminal justice system. Now, we have to go across state lines in order to get some good news, Ohio. But Kentucky tried to pick y'all up.
And Sophia Rosing, the former University of Kentucky student convicted in connection to the racial attack of a black student in 2022, will serve the remainder of her prison sentence. Last month, Rosing's defense requested that her 1-year sentence be suspended and that she be released on parole. According to court documents, Rosing assaulted 4 people in separate incidents that night. It reportedly started on November 6th of 2022 at a bar in downtown Lexington when Rosing reportedly pushed a woman to the ground, slapped her repeatedly, and bit her forearm. Documents note a second victim was walking on UK's campus when Rosing approached him and began yelling racial slurs before hitting him multiple times and leaving bite marks on his chest. A portion of the third assault was caught on camera when a viral video shows Rosing biting, punching, kicking, and calling a black student racial slurs. A responding officer at the residence hall was also assaulted when documents say Rosing bit the officer's hand and kicked him. This afternoon, the court denied Rosing's request and ordered that she serve the remainder of her sentence. A judge cited that her release would unduly depreciate the seriousness of the crimes committed. Rosing was found guilty on 4 counts of assault, disorderly conduct, and public intoxication last year.
Now let that be a lesson to us, because one thing that came out of Lincoln Heights, we talked about how the black community responded in that moment and how we have to be smart and really think through to make sure that we stay protected. The walk away in cases like this is a lot of times the judges will handle it. You know what I mean? A lot of times the criminal justice system will handle it. They won't always, as we saw in Mentor, Ohio, but in the events that they do, just make sure you keep the valerian root at home. You know what I mean? Don't you bring valerian root down to the Buffalo Wild Wings, it's gonna go bad. This is just know that. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. It's Thanksgiving time, so you know what that means.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, pork,
Tomatoes, turkeys. It's going to be a little bit less this year, probably. You know, Trump 47. So it's going to be a diet Thanksgiving. But it also means I'll be doing my Thanksgiving video showcasing all the things that we have to be grateful for. And I would love your participation. So check out the community tab and give me your suggestions. It could be anything you're thankful for. I'm thankful they finally will release the Epstein files. I'm thankful Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend got to sleep with one eye open. I'm thankful that no matter how much negative feedback she gets, Laura Trump just keeps singing.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
And of course, I'm thankful to all of you. So many of you guys have hit me up at admin@ReeseWaters.com, including my man TP all the way from Germany. Shout out to all my German Americans out there. Let's see, we got, Bruce Willis was born in West Germany. Yippee-ki-yay, mother. Sandra Bullock, whose mother was a German opera singer, and Michael Fassbender. We won't talk about where my mind goes with Michael Fassbender. Ain't no Dominique Wilkins. They're not going to talk about Neek, the human highlight film. Oh, he was born in Paris? He should get credit for that. Some of that Jerry curl dripped in Germany. I know it did. TP writes, Miss Ray, good morning. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I most certainly did. Bama won, and after nearly a year, I finally got some merch. I got a beanie hat, a Who Raised Y'all coffee mug, and an I'm Troubled t-shirt. I'm providing a photo of all the items, and the beanie really keeps your head warm. I would also say the Who Raised Y'all mug also keeps your head warm, because I only break it out when I'm hot. You know, when I'm mad at people, I'm hot, I showcase it and make sure that it's facing whose parenting I'm questioning. But shout out to TP for submitting those and for being such an integral part of this community. Be on the lookout for our Black Friday sale and make sure you order by December 10th in order to get your items by Christmas. Now, a lot of you guys have also talked about the fact that the items aren't on the YouTube page anymore. And believe me, a book will be written all about what we've had to deal with on the back end trying to get those things showcased. But they're still available over at thepeoplesgetup.com. Again, that is thepeoplesgetup.com, as well as ReeseWaters.com. And while you're at it, be sure to send me your merch pics to admin@ReeseWaters.com. And while you're at it, I could use a good plug for vests. Now in my fourth decade, I feel the sudden need for vests. I could also get a good Stetson hat, and probably this time next year, a cane. That's how I see Thanksgiving 2026. Oh, I'm gonna be strutting come election next year.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage.